Hi, I'm Tom Edwards. I'm the Chief Digital and Innovation Officer for the agency Business at Epsilon. And today, we're going to talk about Facebook's 2019 F8 Developer Conference. I've looked forward to this show each year as it's been interesting to watch Facebook's evolution, the shift towards mobile first, the shift towards AI first. This year, the focus is on privacy. Over the past year, Facebook's received a lot of, let's just say, attention around privacy. And in today's opening keynote, Mark Zuckerberg definitely made it clear that from an organizational perspective, the future is definitely private. So more focus on private interactions, on encryption, on reducing permanence, basically having a more ephemeral content, safety, making sure that you can have connections across different messaging applications like either Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, etc., and more around secure data storage. It's interesting because seeing Facebook's shifts in the past, especially when they made their shift towards mobile, it resonated throughout all aspects of the organization. So it'll be really interesting to see how the product suites are impacted by the shift towards privacy. Social messaging surpassed open web social media in 2016, and Facebook is continuing to go down this path of driving more towards putting Messenger in the center of the product ecosystem. If you look at the way in which a lot of the announcements were really structured, Messenger is going to play such a pivotal role in the organization moving forward. You have 2 billion people that communicate privately through Messenger and with WhatsApp. And a lot of what was discussed today was really about how the Messenger experience is going to evolve. Facebook Messenger is going to become the central hub by which you're going to connect with friends and family. And a lot of features that you would normally associate specifically with Facebook are now going to be shifting more into private messaging. So as we look at Facebook Messenger, there's a lot of discussion about it being fast, reliable, secure. There's still going to be the ability to share status. There's going to now be the ability to co-view and actually watch videos together. You can seamlessly message from device types. There's a lot, and there's a new desktop application now where you can actually work across both Mac and Windows. So again, there's this shift towards this is how we can connect with our friends and loved ones. This is how we can share experiences. There's this focus on less permanence of the content, so much more of the stories type format. So you're going to continue to see a significant shift towards Messenger becoming the central point of connection between people, because honestly, that's where the behavior's been going since 2016. So if Messenger now is the place to connect with friends and family, what's the role of Big Blue? Well, we found out today with the rollout of FB5. This is the 5th iteration of the Facebook application, and it's one of the biggest updates in the last 5 years. First of all, there's a visual change to the application now to where it's much more of a cleaner white user interface. The logo's actually been updated. But from a structural standpoint, now Facebook's basically, their position was that communities are essential as friends. So what you're going to see is a shift towards community at the center of the Facebook application. So you've got about 400 million people in Facebook groups as it exists today. And groups, as you can see on the screen right now, that's kind of at the heart of the new experience. So again, Messenger is going to be all about friends and family. Facebook is going to be about connecting with the community. All right, so if Facebook's about community and Messenger is about connecting with friends and family, Instagram is about expression. And there was a lot today with Instagram that I was very interested to see. The first was the rollout of the create mode. So traditionally within Instagram, you start with an image, but for a lot of individuals who are used to working within Snap, it doesn't always have to start with an image. You can start with text and then kind of build a post from scratch. So that type of functionality was introduced today within Instagram. What Facebook's really exploring right now is they're exploring the idea of private likes, specifically on Instagram, to where the like count is only viewable by the creator. And it's not necessarily publicly available. You can see if an individual has liked a post, but you can't necessarily see the actual count associated with that. And I find that fascinating as you begin to think about this and how that may potentially impact everything from influencer campaigns and the like too. So this is a beta test from Facebook, so it'll be interesting to see how this actually transpires. There was a lot of connection between expression and commerce. So obviously now there's a lot of structural changes that can support commerce throughout the experience, whether it's in feeds and stories, whether it's a shopping tab with an explorer, directly on the profile, in-app checkout. Today, Instagram launched the functionality to where artists, celebrities, influencers now can actually, basically, you can shop from creators. So those individuals can now sign up for a program where you can tag the content directly, complete the transaction right there. You can check out via Instagram. So that functionality is going to be expanded in terms of the brand's abilities to check out directly here, but that's also being extended to creators. I did ask the Instagram team directly if there were any kind of affiliate programs that are set up yet from a monetary perspective here for the creators, and there is not. So there you go. When we talk about augmented reality and we talk about the role of virtual reality, Facebook, they didn't own the mobile operating system. You know, there was so much dependency on Google and Apple. They really took a leap forward when it came to virtual and augmented reality and are really trying to own the experiences and, you know, really focusing on the democratization of augmented reality and virtual reality. So today there was additional focus around Spark. 1 or 2 F8s ago, I believe it was in 2017, Mark Zuckerberg made the statement that they want to have a 10-year roadmap tied to augmented reality to where we eventually get to the point to where we have a universal, basically like a glasses form factor, you know, a universally available AR delivery mechanism, hardware basically. And, you know, they acknowledge today that they're still a little ways off from that, but they've made significant strides in terms of democratizing our ability to create experiences across Instagram, across Messenger, within Facebook. So it's interesting to see kind of the progression of Spark. And even since the last F8, there have been 1 billion people that are actually using AR experiences on the platform. And you've got hundreds of million people using these experiences across everything and also across Portal. It was interesting to see the role that AR can play in live communication across a presence device like Portal. So there were definite advancements in the tools for our ability to take and create solutions, everything from streamlining the ability to update hundreds of SKUs that are potentially tied to, say, a shopping experience. There was also a new hub introduced that allowed for category tagging, previewing of videos, permissions models, changes to metrics over time, and a significant amount of just the ability of what was called layered complexity. Everything from drag and drop to the new patch system, all the way through to definitely more advanced application level logic when it comes to augmented reality scripting. So all of this was really impressive, and the fact now that it's available for Windows as well as Mac operating system, again, just shows how there's a focus on enabling creativity and really building out the ecosystem. Commerce was also top of mind when we were talking about Spark AR today as well. There were a number of brand examples from Michael Kors to Pottery Barn, to others that basically are showcasing how you can use some of the new Spark AR features and functionality to further enhance the shopping experience. Now, what was really interesting was also the focus on the advancements of virtual reality. So again, Facebook jumped into the virtual reality hardware space very early, and today there were some significant announcements. One specifically was the Oculus Quest. The Quest is a virtual reality headset that doesn't require external sensors or a PC to actually deliver highly immersive VR experiences. So this could potentially be a game changer for those, especially in potential retail settings or looking for, you know, portable immersive experiences. What's really interesting is the fact that there's AI integrated within the headset, and specifically machine learning algorithms that are helping to do the actual heavy lifting of the scanning of the environment, as you can see here. Traditionally, you'd have to have external sensors mounted on the wall with, say, like a wired Oculus or a Vive headset to be able to then interact with the experience. Now, the fact that it's all integrated into one unit and it doesn't require a PC is really, really, really interesting. So while the focus on privacy was a necessary step based on everything that's happened over the last 12 months, there were still key things that were missing from this year's F8 conference. So there was a lot less emphasis on the potential evolution of AR-based hardware. There's a lot around the software to help kind of launch, specifically with Spark experiences. There was actually no mention. There was a lot of rumors coming out before the conference around potentially a blockchain initiative that's been going on within Facebook that's specifically then tied to a stable coin type of initiative. And stable coin just means that it's backed by actual currency. And there was no real mention of a new voice-based assistant. There was a lot around kind of the additional expansion of Portal going into international markets. But again, there were a lot of rumors coming into this conference specifically around a new voice assistant that was going to be launched. So all in all, there was less focus and there was a lot less talk around AI. AI has definitely been a big topic over the last few F8 conferences, and talking about its impact across the product suite and across software and hardware initiatives. So that was surprising that it was much more of behind the scenes and barely mentioned. I think only a few times during the keynote, and specifically within the Oculus example when we're talking about onboard machine learning. So that was definitely something that was missing from more of the discussions today. So one of the things I'm going to actually talk about in a second video, as this one's getting just a tad bit long, is the evolution of CRM and the role that Messenger is going to play. So again, you've got about 20 billion messages that are being exchanged every month between people and businesses. And what I'm going to do in the next video is actually talk about how this evolution is moving forward, how to drive lead generation, how to drive consideration, as well as re-engagement through the Messenger platform. So that's it for my day one recap of the F8 conference. As a creative technologist and an individual focused on innovation, it's incredibly important to look at and evaluate major technology players such as Facebook and others, because you can glean a lot from. There's so much focus on the consumer side and the actual point of interaction and connection with the consumer, and looking at how their ecosystem is evolving is going to be key in terms of how we continue to connect with consumers as marketers moving forward. So I'm Tom Edwards. I'm the Chief Digital and Innovation Officer for the Agency Business at Epsilon. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me at tom.edwards@epsilon.com or follow me at Twitter at blackfin360. Otherwise, have a great day.